Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, you're most welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe and please turn on the bell as well. Thank you so much. So in my last update about Jodha and AKBAR, Jalal and Jodha celebrated Holi for the first time while they were still in the village, and Jalal decided to expose Jagdev to all the villagers so that they will know that he is not a good person. That was our last update. Let's continue from there. After the Holi celebration, Jalal discussed with Jodha and Rukaya that he would like to expose Jagdev so that all the village people can see his true color. Jalal and Jodha comes to meet in an isolated place, and Jodha tells Jalal that Jagdev invited her to visit him. Jalal asks Jodha to go, and then he would use that to expose Jagdev. Jalal says that he is determined to make everything fine as soon as possible, and Jalal thanks Jodha for being with him in his good as well as his bad times, and Jalal and Jodha hugs each other. A lady sees Jalal and Jodha together, and the lady wonders what could be between them. So the lady says that she have to tell the villagers that rather that is also Jodha is having an affair with a new man. Mirza Hakim was furious with Sharifudeen after hearing that Sharifudeen has decided to kidnap Jodha. Mirza says that he doesn't want to disrespect his sister-in-law Jodha, so he doesn't want Sharifudeen to kidnap Jodha. Sharifudeen and his men comes to the camp with their face covered, and Mehtab serves Sharifudeen food without knowing that Sharifudeen is her father. Jodha goes to Jagdev's house according to she and Jalal's plan to expose Jagdev. Jagdev tries to get romantic with Jodha, and Jodha thinks that Jalal should come on time to rescue her. Jalal comes to Jagdev's house, and Jalal beat and killed Jagdev's soldiers who were guiding the entrance. Jalal comes inside just as Jagdev was about to touch Jodha, and Jagdev asks Jalal that what is Jalal doing in his house, and Jagdev called his soldiers, but no one answered. Jalal angrily looks at Jagdev, and Jalal asks Jodha to go. Jodha leaves, and Jalal tied Jagdev with his head facing down and his leg up, and Jalal beat Jagdev until Jagdev confessed that he was also working for Mirza, and they have been keeping the food that Jalal was sending to the villages in a warehouse so that the village people can see Jalal as a bad king who doesn't care for them. Jalal takes Jagdev to the villagers and explains everything that he finds out about Jagdev to them. The villagers, however, refuse to believe Jalal, saying that Jalal is lying because Jagdev is a good person and he has been supporting them since all this while by giving them food. Jagdev quickly used the opportunity and defend himself that Jalal is lying against him. A lady comes there and says that Jalal is lying because she saw Jalal and Jodha together in the bush and they were alone. Jodha comes there and the people get angry with Jodha, saying that what was Jodha doing with Jalal, and this means that Jodha is not as honest as they think that she is. The people were about to attack Jodha, but Jalal got angry and Jalal tells the people his real identity. Jalal says that he is Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar and that is Queen Jodha the Mariam Samani, and everyone was shocked. Some of the people did not believe Jalal, and Barbar comes there with the soldiers to arrest Jagdev, and all the people were shocked that he is truly Jalal. Jalal explains to the people that Jagdev is not who they think that he is, and everyone were disappointed to know that. Jagdev knelt down and apologized to Jalal, but Jalal still decides to punish Jagdev. Jalal also explains to the people the reason he burnt their crops that has dangerous insects, and Jalal says that he was only trying to protect the people, and he always tried to help his people during his reign as their king, and he is not selfish at all, and this clears the misunderstanding between Jalal and the villagers. Jalal says to Barbar that Barbar should find out if other villages have the same people like Jagdev because he doesn't want his people to suffer. Jalal asked his soldiers to take Jagdev away, and they took Jagdev away, and all the people were sorry to Jalal that they did not know that he was their king. The village head says sorry to Rukaya for ordering and sending a message, but Rukaya says no, she will not forgive the village head, and she will take the village head to Agra, and then the village head would have to eat food that is prepared by her, and this will be the village head punishment, and everyone smiles, knowing that Rukaya was only joking. Sharifudeen says to his man that things are going out of hand, and Sharifudeen injures one of his men and asks him to go to Jalal and tell Jalal that he was attacked, and Jalal will listen to him. Sharifudeen's man comes to Jalal and says that Sharifudeen's men has attacked them and he has caught one of the men, so Jalal should come and see him. Jalal asks everyone to be in their tent, and Jalal leaves to find out the matter with Barbar. Jalal, Barbara and Farsar comes to the jungle, but they couldn't find anyone. Barbara says that maybe the man was lying, and Farsar says that why would the man lie? Jalal says that only the man can answer them. Jodha says to Rukaya that now their problem is solved, and the people are now happy with Jalal. Sharifudeen sent his man to Jodha, and the man comes to Jodha and says that he has pain in his tummy. Jodha started treating the man while Rukaya leaves from there, and Sharifudeen comes there and holds Jodha's hand. Jodha asks that who is he, and Sharifudeen shows his face. Mehtab was shocked to see Sharifudeen, and Mehtab remembered how Sharifudeen wanted to kill her during her childhood. Sharifudeen says to Jodha that now his wish to get Jodha will be fulfilled. Mehtab holds Sharifudeen's leg so that Sharifudeen can lift Jodha, but Sharifudeen attacks Mehtab with a knife on her neck and pushes her away. Mehtab falls on the ground and she was injured, and Sharifudeen started taking Jodha away from there. Barbara and Jalal comes back and find Mehtab lying unconscious, and Jalal says that who dared to do this with Mehtab. Barbara says that they should take Mehtab for treatment, and Jalal brings Mehtab to the clinic. Rukaya asks that how did this happen, and Jalal asks that where is Jodha. Rukaya says that Jodha was with Mehtab, and Jalal asks his soldiers to find Jodha. Rukaya says that maybe Jodha is busy treating some sick people, and the doctor comes there to treat Mehtab, and Jalal leaves to find Jodha. Sharifudeen brings Jodha to an isolated place, and Sharifudeen says that he cannot see Jodha in pain, and Sharifudeen asks his men to open Jodha's hand, and the man removes the rope from Jodha's hand. Jodha slaps Sharifudeen hard, and Sharifudeen says that he liked this about Jodha, that Jodha is stubborn and wild, and he takes Jodha inside. Jalal was looking for Jodha, and Jalal says that where could Jodha be? Barbara says that only Mehtab can tell them about Jodha, and Jalal asks his soldiers to find every nook and corner of the jungle. One man pushes Jodha, but Sharifudeen slaps the man and says that is this the way that the man should behave with the Mughal queen, because Jodha is his heart queen, and Jodha will soon belong to him. Barbara says to Jalal that everything seems to be Sharifudeen's plan, and Jalal asks that they should bring the man that informed them about Sharifudeen's man that was tied in the jungle, but Barbara says that the man is not there, and Jalal asks them to find the man, because only the man can tell them about Sharifudeen, and Jalal says that why did he leave everyone in the camp? Rukaya says that it is not Jalal's fault, because Jalal did not know about the attack, so they should pray that Mehtab should become conscious, then Mehtab can tell them about Jodha. And Jalal says that who can be behind all this? Jodha says to Sharifudeen that Sharifudeen has crossed all the limits now, because Sharifudeen kidnapped her, and Jalal will not spare Sharifudeen, and Sharifudeen also attacks his own daughter, and Sharifudeen has lost all humanity. Sharifudeen was shocked, and Jodha says that who behaved like this with his own daughter? Sharifudeen says that if he had knew that Mehtab was his daughter, then he would have treated her more badly, and Mehtab would have gone back to God by now. And what is even the usefulness of Mehtab? Because she is deaf and dumb, and he wanted to kill her before, and now his work is already done. Jodha says that how can Sharifudeen think like this about his own blood? Sharifudeen says that one have to compromise to get people's like, and Jodha says that Jalal will not spare Sharifudeen now. Sharifudeen says that Jalal will soon come to him crying and pleading, because he has something that is most precious to Jalal with him, and Sharifudeen leaves. Jalal remembered how he said to Jodha that he is with her to protect her, and nobody can separate them, and Jalal says that he would find Jodha at any cost. On the other side, Jodha was also crying, remembering a moment with Jalal, and a song plays in the background. Rukaya comes to Jalal and asks Jalal not to worry, because Jodha is a very strong woman and she must be fine. Jalal says no, he cannot stay quiet. Farsar comes there and says that they won't be able to find Jodha. Barbara says that they were not able to find who their enemy is. Farsar says that maybe Mirza has done this. Jalal says no, Mirza cannot stoop so low, and if Mirza has done this, then he will forget that Mirza is his brother, and Jalal quickly goes to check Mehtab. Mehtab becomes conscious, and Jalal asks Mehtab that who did this with her. Mehtab couldn't talk, and Jalal calls the doctor to check Mehtab. Jalal asks Mehtab that who did this with her, and Mehtab was able to tell Jalal through signal, and Mehtab points to a baby. Rukaya says that maybe Mehtab is talking about Sharifudeen, and Jalal asks Mehtab that did Sharifudeen did this with her, but Mehtab becomes unconscious again. Jalal says that he knew it, that Sharifudeen and Mirza has become partners, and now he will not spare the two of them. Mirza says to his soldier that they are ready to do the war with the Mughal forces, and Mirza says that the Mughal Sultanate was in problem and Jalal was not in Agra. Then how do they manage to bring force to the war field, and who is leading them? The soldier says that it is Prince Salim, and Mirza says very good. He thought that he would have to fight with Jalal, but no problem, he would end Salim now. Salim says to his soldiers that they are fighting for the Mughals and Jalal is helping the people, so they have to fight and win, and they have to send message to the people that they are here to protect them. Salim thanks Bhagwan for helping them, and Bhagwan says that it was his duty, and Salim says that now they will keep an eye on Mirza's force and they would be prepared to attack anytime. Anarkali comes to the dagger to pray, and Anarkali prays for her father's soul. Anarkali remembered how Zir asked her to pray for Salim as well, and Anarkali prays to God to protect the Mughal Sultanate and to help them in war. Mahan's soldier tells Mahan that Salim is leading the war, and Mahan asks that why is Jalal not leading. The man says that they got to know that Jalal is living like a common man in some village, and the man says that Sharafudeen's force are not with Mirza's force. Mahan says that they are partners, but why is Sharafudeen not with Mirza? So the man should find out where Sharafudeen is, and there must be some reason for Sharafudeen's disappearance. Jodha prays to God to save Mehtab and to send Jalal to her soon, and Sharafudeen comes there and brings food for Jodha. Sharafudeen says that he has brought the food with love, so Jodha should eat it, and Sharafudeen says that he will make Jodha eat with his own hands. Jodha angrily looks at Sharafudeen, and Sharafudeen says that he doesn't like Jodha's ego, and Sharafudeen forcefully makes Jodha eat, but Jodha spits the food on Sharafudeen. A man brings letter for Sharafudeen, and Sharafudeen reads the letter, and it is from Mirza. Mirza says that he did a partnership with Sharafudeen to attack Jalal, but Sharafudeen has done something cheap by thinking of kidnapping Jodha, and he will not tolerate that, and he would be Sharafudeen's enemy now if Sharafudeen doesn't leave Jodha. Sharafudeen thinks that how will he tell Mirza that war cannot be won by emotions, and Sharafudeen leaves, and Jodha prays that Jalal should come soon. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching till the end, and if you like this video, please give it a like and please share it if you can, and please comment as well, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.